Hello, my name is Audrey Diaz-Robles and I'm an elite team Beachbody coach. Today I want to speak to you about expanding your market, more specifically Instagram. Now, Instagram is a great way for you to connect with new people that are very likely to be just like you. Now, let me preface this by saying that before I became a coach, I wasn't even on Instagram. I used Facebook for all of my social media, and I was that typical mom that only posted pictures of her kids. So there's hope for you, and it doesn't matter if you had an Instagram account before this video or you're just clueless as to what to do on Instagram. So let's start by saying that you have a unique story and you have a unique perspective, and there's a specific reason that you joined Beachbody and why you saw the benefit of Beachbody in your life with your health and fitness. And I want to tell you to run with it, because why you're a Beachbody coach and what you do with Beachbody is everything. It's going to show you how to connect with other people. So that means that you have to post with purpose. So for example, when you're talking about Shakeology, it shouldn't be a picture of you in your car with your Shakeology shaker cup kissing the bottle, because who cares about that? But what do people care about? For example, me, if I talk about Shakeology, it's about the fact that it keeps my immune system in check. Whereas before, whenever my kids had a cold, I would come down with the flu. That's what Shakeology has done for me. It keeps me healthy. So when I share about Shakeology, I'm sharing my story about it, because that's what you want to do. You want to share with people why it works for you. So it's not just pitching the product, it's how you've been able to make it fit into your life and why you can't be without it. It's benefited your life, because what's going to happen is that you're going to come across people that might, in my case, always get sick when their kids get sick as well. So they're going to be like, hey, what's that? Every time the winter season comes around, everyone in the house is sick. How can I prevent that? So Shakeology would be an answer for that person. So when you get that correct, when you get your story correct and your storytelling correct, and you realize that it's not just also about Beachbody and Shakeology all the time, that you have other elements of your life that people will be able to relate to, because people are going to connect with you as a person, not just as a coach. They should be able to see themselves in you and everything that you do, and see how it is that you live their life, so they can try to model their life after that if you provide solutions for them. So once you get that in order, then the next thing is to start growing your Instagram account. And how do you do that? Chances are that the people that you connect with are going to be people that are very similar to you. So for example, me, I'm a mom. As I've said, I'm a mom, I'm a working mom, I'm a go-getter, I like my freedom, I like to build things on my own, and there's a lot of women that'll be able to relate to that. So I think of, where do I shop then? If I go to like BCBG on Instagram and I follow their followers, and I don't only just blind follow, I take a minute to glance at who they are and if they fit the type of person that I'm looking for. So if you also look at their profile when you go to follow somebody, it's going to suggest like 3 people for you to follow based on people that are similar. Instagram and Facebook put a lot of effort into connecting people and seeing what works together. So chances are that those people are going to be very similar to the person you're following and very similar to you. So that's someone that you definitely want to follow as well, if their profile matches something that you're looking for. So what else? I'm Latina, so I go to Latina Magazine, Cosmo, Glamour en Español, and I check out those followers, because again, chances are that they're very similar to me, and that's exactly who I want to attract. So we're on a journey to educate with the posts and the stories that you start telling on your social media. So you're hopefully bringing those new followers into a better relationship with yourself. So that's kind of like the offensive, making sure your story's right and you're putting yourself out there and getting those followers. Because what happens is that those followers, if they like you and they're able to relate to everything that you're talking about in your posts, they're going to follow you back. And that's what you want. And that's when the flirting comes in, as I call it. And what's flirting? Flirting is, think about it when you like a guy. You exchange glances, you pass little comments, and it's nothing heavy because you're kind of shy. You don't want to put it all out there, but you're taking it easy. You're getting to know each other a little bit by little bit. So you're going to start to flirt, which means that you're going to engage back with their posts and they're going to engage with yours. What you're not going to do is be that icky Beachbody coach that right away, as soon as the person even starts following you, you go on one of their pages and you're like, oh my God, you just got the 21-day fix. I'm a Beachbody coach. Here's my link. Buy Shakeology from me right now. You're not going to do that. And unfortunately, I see that so often as a coach. And it makes me really sad. Sometimes I go through people's pages and I see people like that just on their page. One of my new coaches posted that she was doing T25, and right away it was like a swarm of sharks start posting, commenting below, like, join my challenge group, join my challenge group. Do you have a coach you're working with? Like, you don't do that off the bat. It's about engagement. So you have to take off the coach hat for a second and connect with the person as a woman, connect with the person as a mom. So if my followers are posting a picture of them like cleaning up after their kids, I'm going to say something like, I can so relate to you, honey. It's been a long day and I got to clean Legos off my living room floor. You know, that's engaging. You're connecting with the person on what makes you human. Because before Beachbody, you were a person with interests also. So make sure that you're able to connect woman to woman on points like that. So that's what I call flirting. And here's a really cool trick on Instagram. So when you go to the person's profile, Instagram on the upper right hand corner is going to have 3 little dots, and then there's going to be a thing that's going to say, like, do you want to block this person? No, you don't want to block the person. What you want to do is turn on post notifications. So when I'm inviting to a challenge group, I have various people in different places in my pipeline. I'm building the relationship as I go. So when I get more comfortable, then I actually invite to the challenge group or invite to the Beachbody opportunity. So when I see, like, I focus on 5 people at a time that I think are great, that I would love to have in my challenge group, that I would love to have on my team. So I turn on those post notifications for them so that as soon as they post anything, I get alert on my phone, and I want to be the first one to like the picture. I want to be the first one to comment on the picture. So I'm top of mind for that person. And what happens is that they're going to reciprocate, because that's what you do in a relationship, right? Especially when you're flirting and you like each other. You're going to reciprocate. So they're going to go back to my page, they're going to comment on my stuff, and what happens is that, you know, since I'm not only posting about my fitness program and about Shakeology, but I'm posting about everything that makes me a human being, you know, from my kids to my car to work to things that make me happy, things that make me sad, to foods I like, all that stuff I post about. So when they see what I'm about and that they feel like they could connect with me, and then I post a call to action, then they're going to be like, wait a second, so you also do this? That's cool. Tell me more about that. And if they don't, because you also have to reach out on your own, if they don't do that, but you feel comfortable with them already and you see that they liked your picture, so right under your picture on Instagram, you're going to have, you know, like the heart for a like, the comment box to make a comment, and then there's like that forward little arrow. You're going to click that arrow, and that's going to send your picture, your call to action to that person. So you enter that person's screen name, and then you direct message them like, hey, we've been following each other for a while. Are you on Facebook? Or are you on a fitness journey? And then you continue the relationship on Facebook, because here's the thing, an unfollow can happen so easily on Instagram. But on Facebook, if you have that person on Facebook, it's not as likely that they're gonna unfriend you. You know, so it's more of a captive audience where you can take the flirtation level up a notch. And you're going to have them there. You're going to be able to engage with them a lot stronger there. So that's fun. I just want you guys to remember it's about the relationship. And Instagram makes it so easy for you to connect with other people that are just like you. You can follow so many people. Instagram taps you out at like 60 people, I think, per hour or something like that. Well, it's okay, because you take a break, you pick up your phone, and you start following again later. And there's like endless people to reach out to. You just have to remember that it's about building the relationship. It's not going for the ask. Gary Vaynerchuk has a great book called Jab, 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 Right Hook. And basically what that means is give, ask. So before you go for the ask of inviting to a challenge group, inviting to your Beachbody opportunity, you are going to give. You're going to add value. You're going to comment and just act like a normal human being, you know? Don't be icky. Don't be pushy. None of us want to be icky or pushy, but it surprises me how many of us become just that when we become a coach, or just totally freeze and are scared to go for an ask. It's either one or the two. Instead of just being natural, think you're in the playground with other moms and just start up the conversation with them. So that's what you do on Instagram. It's called flirting. Just make sure you're engaging on what makes you a person, whatever things you have in common. Turn on those post notifications. I recommend just like 5 to 10 people at a time, and work on those relationships. And then whenever you invite them, you can either Add them to your team, add them to your challenge group if they say yes, or save them for later and keep finding more people to connect with. But honestly, it's endless on Instagram. So that's a great place for you guys to connect with people, meet great new people who are going to probably be your friends if you do a good job. Another tip is Crowdfire. It's an app that lets you unfollow everyone who's not following you back. Because if you are following that many people, chances are a lot of people aren't going to follow you back. And that's just life, and that's okay. A lot of people unfollow people every day on Instagram. So make sure that you remove those people from your Instagram by downloading that app, and it'll load up your Instagram profile, and you can just unfollow whoever's not following you. I hope that helped. Visit me on my Facebook page if you have any questions, facebook.com/luminousmom, or follow me on Instagram, Mrs. Adot, that's MRSADOT. Have a great evening. Bye.